Hey folks, AJ the CEO here, and we got some more fun stuff to check out today. We got two things we're gonna do. First off, we have our HDBaseT extender here that we're gonna be installing at my home church. This is what's gonna be powering our new laser projectors, and as well, the last laser projector I was waiting for just came in. So we're gonna put this up on my little cart, take it down to the church. Obviously I'm not gonna be able to install it because I'm waiting for the lift, which I believe I reviewed. I need to call the company. I've been on the road, and every time they've called, I've been on a ladder somewhere. But we're gonna take this down to the church. I'm gonna do a review for y'all to check out the OREI. And by doing a review, we're gonna have this all connected up and kind of pre-install everything with the three projectors to make sure everything is working. And then we push the limits of what we can do with the OREI, and we go from there. So let me get downstairs and go from there. Now I must say, I really love just the community in general. Somebody saw my video here when I was talking about the layout that I was going to be redoing with the video distribution, and they were telling me that the SDI distribution that I have here is not needed because of, if I come over here, I don't know if y'all can see that, but these jacks right here on the ATEM Television Studio HD, which I've never really used, are actually program feeds that go back to if somebody was manning the camera for them to see what's programmed, and they can be used as additional outputs. Mind blown. Did not realize that. So what I'm going to do is just run that right now just to see, and then I can repurpose this SDI distribution and then this whole rack here will be for the OREI. So yay, you learn something every day. Told you I don't know everything. Alright, so as you can see, the SDI distribution is completely removed, and now we just gotta spot check a couple of these. Now this is coming from the aux out, but our TV downstairs in the entrance was going to that SDI distribution. And we're gonna see how that is. Alright, we just turned it on. Good Lord, I did not think about that. Thank you, whoever gave me the recommendation for that. I'm gonna look them up and put their name here, but thank you. And that gives me two more outputs. So I can run the SDI to HDMI converter that I have originally is gonna be converted to to HDMI, and that's what's going to go into the OREI. So anyway, thank you. Awesome. Alright, so pretty much like I was talking about, there are multiple ways for you to send signals to whatever type of display that you're using. You've seen me use HDMI, you've seen me use SDI, you've seen me do a combination of HDMI to SDI converters and back. You've also seen me use fiber HDMI cables, old school VGA cables. There are a bunch of ways you can connect this stuff, and we've also used HDMI over Ethernet extenders. That is what this is close to. The OREI will send a signal over a Cat6 cable, but it does it on a completely different protocol. Now, most of the other type of converters that OREI has and other companies have, they send it over just regular Ethernet cable, is it's a completely different protocol. I need to research. I don't remember who made the HDBaseT standard, but I like this mainly because some of the HDMI over Ethernet extenders max out at 165 feet, and those have been problematic, and you need to make sure that your cable is like just perfect almost. Now the HDBaseT is rated for 400 feet without any issue. Now I've used this multiple times with a one by one, one in one out type of HDBaseT by OREI, which I still use. I've used that at a couple of football games. I've used that at a couple of graduations, and it sends power, video, audio, and control over that one cable, but it does it on a different protocol and can just go much further. So based off of, and I actually used the exact same thing in Charlottesville. So that was the reason why I kind of wanted to use something like this. And then the other benefit of this, even though they have the receivers that will, so it's a base unit and then a transmitter and a receiver, all of these projectors have HDBaseT built into it. So I don't even need the receiver. I can just go Ethernet directly into the projector and we're good to go. So that's one less thing I have to worry about. When the projector is up there, the only thing I need to have is power going to it. These green cables are just network, so they're connected to the network. But then I'm gonna pull some other blue cable that is gonna be Cat 6 that's gonna send the signal. So let me go ahead and set that up and we're gonna test it out, see how everything works. Well, actually, I guess I should open up the box so that way you can see what's inside. Let me turn this around and let's do that. Alright, so like I said, we have the OREI UHD14EX B400K. Now that's a mouthful. This is a 1x4 HDBaseT extender that will send video and audio up and control up to 400 feet. It also will send power over the adapters as well too. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what is inside. This is actually going to be, I'm here at my church and it's going to be powering the replacement projectors that we're going to be taking down, and they're going to be here. So that is what this is going to be driving, and we're running a Blackmagic switcher. Alright, so like it says, 18 gigabits per second, HDMI 1x4, 1 in, 4 out, HDBaseT splitter. And like I said, all of these receivers I will not need to use because the projectors have this built in. For support, extended warranty, all that good stuff. Here's a mount for these to screw in, but we're not going to use those. 4 of them for each one of the receivers. Power cable. Power brick, and what are these? RS4, RS232 adapters, and I think that's the main one that will go here. We're not going to be using that. So if we were using the receiver, as you can see, you could plug this in, but you see it's only one cable, one power brick, because it sends power over this as well. So that would save anybody if you were doing this, so you don't have to worry about running power to wherever you were going to have this, on a TV, projector, whatever. You can actually put cameras on this as well too. So put one camera on one end and send it another way. That's how I've used this. Alright, here's the main transmitter unit. We have a bunch of IR readers and blasters. Like I said, I'm not going to be using that. Mounts for that unit, but I'm not going to use that because I have a shelf for where I'm going to put mine. And yeah, receivers and transmitters, all that good stuff. So for me, I've gotten everything that I need out of here. So where this is going to reside, this is going to reside coming out of an ATEM Television Studio HD. We're going to run a SDI out, convert it over to HDMI. then the HDMI is going to go into the OREI, and then the OREI, I'm going to pull 3 new cables, and we're going to connect those to the projectors. And do we get this image right here? So let me go ahead and set that up. Alright, so what do we have on the back here? We have the RS232, like I said, we're not using. We have the EDID that we can set the resolution, I guess the handshake of what's expected. That's going out. We have a line in and a loop out. Now I most likely will take the connection to our Thor and come out of this instead. Alright, we also have a coax out. Interesting. So IR in and out, so we could send this. So technically, if I had the receiver, I could put these receivers on each one of the projectors so that I can turn them on and off by pointing here. And I might revisit that. Audio out. Oh, that's what that block is for. So, and then we have our 4 HDBaseT outputs, on off button, a grounding screw, and our DC 24 volt power. Alright, so let's go ahead, and I've already made a home for it. It's actually going to sit right here. And yeah, let me get another HDMI cable, and I'm going to connect that to there, and we can test out the pass-through as well too. Alright, as you can see, come on, let's get in focus. There we go. Alright, we got a line in that's coming from our SDI converter. It's right there. We're also getting a signal for the loop out. Come on now. So we got a line in coming from our SDI to HDMI converter from the system. We also have the loop out, which is going into our our Thor. Alright, so now let me get some Cat 6 cables, and we're going to hook up all 3 of those and see if we get an image. And it should be the same thing that we're seeing here and seeing here. And then we're also going to check on the other side of the building where the Thor is getting a signal from the HDMI loop out from this. Alrighty, 3 cables going to each one of our projectors here, coming off of the HDBaseT, and that's the only thing. And again, remember, the green cable is just for the network. So let's go ahead and turn each one of these on, and all 3 picked up from me hitting it. Yep, 3 images. 1, 2, 3. All right, that's 1 image. And okay, looks like these are not set to the input. So let me, nice picking up all of these. All right, there we go. Image on all of them, just coming off of the OREI. So let me get these in focus here. Awesome. So we're getting an image on all of these. Now this is nowhere close to 400 feet, but pretty much I measured with a laser level to that back wall. Is around 66 feet. So even if I ran 100 feet to compensate for going up and over, we're 1/4 of what the rated distance is going to be for this. So yay, another great product from OREI. And like I said, now what we're going to do is, because we're doing the loop out here, let's go to the other part of the building where we have a TV that's driven by this, and let's see if we get an image. So we're going to a different part of the building right now, which is being fed off of the loop out from the OREI. So let's head over here to the TV here. All right, so this TV Turn that on. And again, you don't need to concern ourselves with being in sync over here. And that's mainly dealing with processing time of the device. Let's see what we get over here. All right, and there we go. Signal from here, so the loop out works perfectly fine. Awesome. So again, I guess the main point of this is if you are trying to run a display or a source on any amount of distance that's at least going for 400 feet, this is one of your options. Now, SDI cable can only go 300 feet. So with an HDBaseT, that gives you up to 400 feet to cover sending video, audio, and all that other stuff like that. The only other option you have to cover that distance is to go to fiber. But then the adapters, a fiber adapter, you're talking about maybe on the cheap end, $150 each, and you need one on each side. And the OREI was $499. So you throw in the cables, fiber cables, and then the converters, and that's still only $150 on each end. That's for one line. So for every line, you're at a minimum of $300 per line. So if we did that, that's $1,200 right there, compared to getting maybe a $175 box of 1,000-foot of true Cat 6 cable, and then you get the OREI, and then you already have the receivers and the transmitters and everything like that. So again, link is down below if you're interested in that, and this is what we have installed. It's going to be powering our cameras. I'll do a follow-up when we actually get it installed, because that is about 30 feet there in the air, and I am not too excited about going up there, but am excited about having a better picture quality, and the OREI makes it super easy, and I don't have to pull multiple cables. I can just pull one. So thank you so much, OREI, for making a great product. And again, in full disclosure, OREI did not send me this. I used my own money to pay for this upgrade that we're doing at our church. So if you like this type of content, appreciate a like, consider subscribing, hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. Thanks for watching, folks. This is AJ, and we will see you on the next video. Later.